Well, I'm showing the time 6:30. Let's call the meeting to order. Kate, would you take roll call?
Scott McCorney.
Here.
Jeremy Hansen.
Here.
Travis Kramer.
Here. Well, the Open Meetings Act is posted on the back. Item 4, consent agenda. If there's anything you want to consider separately, we could motion to approve the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I will second. Kate, we have a motion and a second. Let's take a vote.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Item 5, June 19th, regular board meeting minutes.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the board meeting, the June 19th regular board meeting minutes as presented.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Item 6, unfinished business, discussion and possible approval of a collection system cleaning program. I don't believe Paul and I had any more discussion about this.
I don't have a bid for you guys yet. I think what we were trying to do is just get prices. Gonna be put on the budget for next year.
Okay.
The 4-year program, we're gonna be getting next year. I talked about the prices or I gave you guys the quote for originally just doing the cleaning. It's 95 cents per linear foot. And then I'm sure somebody asked about hammering it at the same time. That's an additional $1.55 a foot. So we're looking at cleaning is around 11,000 a year. Televising is going to be around 18,000 a year. So for both of them, it's be around 29,000 a year.
Okay.
I'm sure by the time we get to that, prices might go up. I'm not sure.
Sure. Well, if it's just for budgetary purposes, I don't think there's any more reason to discuss it tonight. We're not approving anything. Comments, questions?
I agree. Stable and put it for the budget. Works for me.
Sounds good. We will table that for budget planning. Item 7, new business streets. Paul and Jason are gone tonight, our streets committee. So probably no discussion there. Item B, discussion and possible approval of a quote for a pickup headliner. John, I saw you had.
Got a couple quotes. They look not too far apart, so it's kind of up to you. The one's a Line X. I don't know what the Trucks Plus, what brand of liner they use, but I'm sure it's comparable to a Line X or something like that. Rhino lining or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
Do you have any preference?
I think they're both about the same. I mean, you've worked with them before, I'm sure, so.
Yeah, they're all pretty much industry standard anymore.
I don't, the premium, when I talked to the person from the one that has the premium said this, man, you probably don't need it. I mean, if you want to, you can.
So we have,
Got an $8 difference between the two.
$50. But well, there's not, they're gonna.
Oh, no,
the
tax.
tax probably
Right.
after it's all said and done, so it'll be a $50 difference. The other one doesn't have tax, I'm assuming. It's in warehouse, but I'm assuming that does not have tax on it.
Yeah.
Trucks Plus is cheaper by $50, is that right?
Correct.
They're pretty standard, so I'd make a motion to approve the bed lining going with Trucks Plus.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the bid from Trucks Plus in the amount of, what was the final number? For $549.
Scott McCorney,
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen,
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Item C, discussion of possible approval of quote or a pickup snow blade.
There again, what you see is they're pretty much the same plow. I didn't go with the V plow this time because I find the V plows, the cutting edges are just, they're outrageously expensive.
Mhm.
And the straight plows are substantially cheaper, so, and they suffice for us, so we already have one V plow, so that should just fine. I think Ties was about $1,000 cheaper, and that's a Boss. The other one's gonna be a Western.
Yeah, I didn't see any differences in the equipment itself.
No.
I believe they're both within the budgeted amounts.
They are,
That we-
they're well within, yes.
Is there a warranty on the Boss one?
Um,
Didn't see the,
That I do not. I don't see one on there.
and you have any concern
I'm gonna
with that
assume there is some sort of a warranty on it.
on it?
I mean, you could put that in your bid stipulation. I'm gonna assume there's a warranty on it of some sort. Whether it's 2-year warranty, I don't know. We generally don't have any problem. with them.
That's what I was gonna-
There's
Pretty straightforward for you guys, yeah. One,
And the old blades get sold with the old truck. We were.
the old blade will get sold with the old truck, yes. Probably be putting that in next month's meeting, possibly to approve putting that up for whatever we're gonna do with this and for discussion.
Yep.
I just figured this probably wouldn't be the time to do it. It's kind of short staff.
Nope, that's good.
yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the snow blade from Ties Outdoor Power Services in the amount of $8,481.78.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the estimate from Ties Outdoor Power in the amount of $8,481.78. Kate, please take a vote.
Jeremy Hansen,
Aye.
Scott McCorney,
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. B, Water Sewer People Services Report. James.
We got one more.
D.
Oh, I jumped
Hold
one.
on, yep.
You're good.
Discussion and possible approval of purchase of air compressor motor in the amount of $524.95. Question, John, which compressor? What's this for?
It's for our compressor, our shop.
Okay, got it.
We've had it for probably 10 years now, and the motor just burned up on it.
Yep.
Yep.
The reason I was asking is that if it was for the compressor here in the building for the fire system,
Oh,
that'd be the third one now.
No, this is just for our air compressor at the shop.
Okay.
We took it into the little motor shop in Fremont.
Mhm.
Said, "Hey, it's not gonna be worth your while to fix it. It's gonna cost you more.
Yeah.
Fix it, and we'll be getting it on."
So we're that right off Amazon, huh?
Yep. Taylor found it on Amazon. Yep.
Well, I'll approve the purchase of air compressor motor in the amount of $524.95.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the purchase of a air compressor motor from Amazon in the amount of $524.95. Please take a vote.
Scott McCorney,
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen,
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Here we go. Section B, water sewer. James, People Services Report.
I don't have much for you. I did talk to Jim Gray last week from Electric Pump. We're still looking at October for new skate equipment. So it seems like that's still on schedule, so hopefully that'll get done then. I already discussed the prices on the cleaning for the sewer. Once we get closer to that time, I'll get a new quote. So we'll know what we're spending. That's all I really got.
How are we doing on general pumps water? I knew there was some concern last month about voluntary
Yeah.
limitations on watering.
Well, what I did is I went through the plant and I adjusted the backwash levels.
Okay.
So now we're backwashing less frequently and we're actually making water. I can say that we're making water better and faster.
Okay.
Now that the levels on the backwash have been raised. I raised them 2 foot at first. I wasn't happy with the removal rate, so I lowered it back down 1 foot from that. Everything's running great.
Great.
And, yeah, it seems like it's running more efficient than it ever has, so I think I'll just plan on doing that every spring. Once the water usage starts going up, I'll just raise the backwash cycle. We shouldn't have a problem.
Oh,
Use
fantastic.
it around
Yeah,
until we start getting more people in town and then.
right. Okay.
Your next time you take the test, you're gonna nail it.
Oh, I hope so.
I've been there before. One question away, that's about enough to.
Yeah, that was really sad.
Oh, shoot.
That's being easy.
Committee report, Paul and myself, we have not met since last meeting, but we are meeting with People Services July 24th next week to do our quarterly review. I think we have a lot on the agenda, just talk about general projects and things we should consider for budget year. And maybe a couple sewer lines that we've discussed maybe replacing and how we move forward. Like 6th Street, down on 6th Street is
That's a water main, but yeah.
a water main, my bad, yeah, that's right. I think that's all I've got for committee report. Item C, request to appear by Lawrence Reed for discussion of water sewer lines at 605 West Eagle Street.
I just don't, I'm just where we're at on the hookups. What do you guys provide and what is like on tomorrow on my end?
Okay,
I'm getting that if there's the triplex there.
Yeah.
Is it 3 coming over? How all that plays out on your guys' end? Maybe they talked about changing that, I don't know if that water line where that would be to get fixed, replaced, whatever. And I don't know if one runs down the alleyway or if it's across the road or how that plays out. So I just want to know, do I go all the way to the sewer? Do you stub out to give me a stub up to hook to? And do back in my day, you guys came to a curb stop, we went from the curb stop to the house. That's how it all used to play out back when we did it. Way back in the 80s, 90s or whatever. I just didn't know how that still played out on your guys' end.
so James, can you help me out with that? Where typically it starts and stops?
I'm not 100% sure as far as what the
For
city
John?
does. With that.
That's, I think Lawrence is talking about, he does currently have a curb stop valve. But it's gonna be, it's not gonna suffice for what he wants to put in.
Yeah, that's gonna either be a.
Oh,
So
I'm
it's
not
gonna
sure.
have to
It's
be,
either gonna be a 3/4 or 1 inch line and.
would
That-
probably,
sure
either one would probably suffice for what you're gonna do.
Yeah, well, but I mean, you do 3/4 now you do an inch line to come in to feed a house. So I would assume if there's 3, a triplex there, 2 duplex, whatever, come up that you would feed that according, I don't know if you bring one line across and then you get into that easement on the other side there of 6. And then you hit one line there and then you do the 3 curves and you have a corporation over there that make it, I guess, maybe a stub off the main or another main, I don't know what you want to call it. But to me, if one fed over that would feed that,
mhm.
then to me, then you could go off of that. It's a triplex. You have 3 curb stops. My end is always, like saying, we take from the curb stop in as the homeowner. The backside from the curb stop was always the city. Because anytime water came up by the curb stop, you hope that it was on the other guy's side.
So are you talking about this city bringing like a bigger, like a 2-inch line off of the main?
Why, whatever that would,
And then tee off, then bring off that to curb stops?
yeah, 2 or 3, whichever, yeah.
Yeah, it almost have to re-tap into the main, right?
Yeah, you definitely have to retap the main there. If it's only a 3/4 or 1-inch line coming off. Yeah, you'd have to tap it 2-inch.
So
You could,
how is that?
you could use one of them, that for one of your units though, couldn't you, that 3/4 or 1-inch? I mean.
You could,
How did you get rid of it? I mean, if you're gonna tap and do 2-inch, you could just do, if you're doing 3, you could do 2 of them off that and keep the 1-inch.
that's what I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What end is you guys and what end is mine? Back in, like, say, my day, you had your 10-foot easement that belonged to everybody. Well, it was yours, but everybody could go through apart utilities and stuff. But then the curb stop stayed within that distance.
Sure.
And if your main was here, you guys come, like, say, came to the curb stop, you were responsible for that end, curb stop to the house was the homeowner's problem. Yeah, I just want to make sure there's a big enough line going across there that will feed that. And my logical thing would be, I don't know how old the line is there now, probably, who knows? But to me, if it would tap off like another branch of the line,
Mhm.
I don't think you need to have a main over there wise, or what you'd want to call it. But then to me, if it 2 inches is enough to feed all that, and you hit the 2-inch, then you branch off, you got a curb stop for each one. Like it should be, in case 110 or something, you guys are in pain, you guys can go in and turn them off without shutting everybody else off. I just don't know where that plays out. I think, I'm positive, pretty sure, like we just a little bit, I think the sewer and gas and all that run down that, which now is half and half, but it used to be the alleyway.
Mhm.
So there's the sewer there. And the way I understand it, we go to the sewer. We gotta go all the way to the sewer, hit that, which 4-inch will cover that. I just like say on the water is my biggest concern of all of it.
So
There should be an existing 4-inch already there. We just have to camera it.
Okay.
I could probably get Buck here with the push camera. Find out where that's at already, and then you can just
Right.
connect to
Yep.
that there.
Okay. Jeremy, you have a question?
how does that work? And I don't know how that works right now, like all of the new stuff. Does the homeowner have to tap into the water line, or is there a stop at each lot right now?
Like down in the Gotch edition, everything is already stubbed out.
From it when they did it originally?
Yes, now I don't know if there are. I don't know anything about billing, so I don't know if there is a fee that the new homeowner is still charged for the tapping. Or how that's working.
Yes, it's more like the meter fee, like,
Okay.
because we supply them with a meter, so
Right.
charging them for that. And it just depends on like the size of meter, what the cost would be. I want to say like the highest is like 1,100, like 500 or 500 to 1,100 is like the range
Based
there.
on whatever size lights
Yes, that's like ultimately what the like meter is.
for that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think that there is a tapping fee in our books, but we're unclear if that's us tapping it or us hiring somebody to tap it.
Right.
We have no means to tap anything.
Right, right.
You know? So that'd be something that we'd have to check into a little bit more. I mean, if there is a tapping fee and if we need to revisit that,
Yeah.
whether the city pays for half of the tap, since there is a tap already there.
Right.
Right.
So can we table this and get back to you? You can tell that I definitely don't have the
No,
information.
no.
And something like Paul Kraus had a lot of experience, been around a long time. He'd helped me a lot too. We could probably circle back here in a month and have a good solid answer for you.
Because the only experience I got when we had, I don't know if you were here yet, but when I had it. You remember, John, when they at the football field, when it busted there? And we couldn't find the curb stop to shut them off?
Oh.
There wasn't a curb
yes,
stop.
There wasn't a curb
Yeah,
stop.
so then they dug down and then did the corporation, and then it went, you guys had the corporation, like I said, the corporation curb stop.
Yeah.
And the school.
That's the only difference. So right
Yeah.
now, there is a curb stop on your
Right,
property.
right.
So that would be the only intangible.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, that's, I'm not comfortable enough to speak to it like now, so.
This situation is definitely different too, because it's going from what used to be a single home.
Right,
And he's gonna provide 3 services, which brings the village money, so.
yeah,
That's
absolutely,
something you'd have to think about too.
yeah, absolutely, okay. Okay, yeah, if you're okay with this table until next meeting.
Yep, yep.
Unless there's anything you want to approve now.
That sounds okay to me. Let's find out a little more information on
Yeah.
the tapping.
And we can kind of find out what they charge, somebody charges to tap a 2-inch. A 2-inch, and I don't know if you just cap it, I guess you just cap it and press block it on the end of it, so it doesn't blow out if you did that.
Yeah.
And then tap out that 2 or 4 inch, 4
And
inch
then
main,
they just have to run a 2-inch line across the street. Isn't it?
2 or 4 or whatever, so they could get a, so they could put a saddle, 3 saddles on it and bring it off. We'd have to find out a price, and I think Weezy could probably come give us a price on that.
Yeah, and I think
$5,000 to tap,
Thompson. and
Or Thompson,
They did the school.
it's $5,000 to tap it.
$5,000 a tap.
Well, that's the big tap, but I mean, the other ones,
No, he's saying, he told me if they tap, what do you mean, tap 3 of them to bring you across the inch?
no, I'm talking about if you put a
Oh, too much?
4-inch tap or whatever
Right.
across.
Right.
And then you tapped off that,
Right,
and put
Right.
1-inch curb stops off that,
right.
saddles in there and.
His mine would be, if we go the future wise of it, is the down below, because I'm assuming, I don't know how they get water to touch and go, I mean, I call it touch and go. I don't know how they get water to that, to the car wash, to any of that.
The curb stop for the Shell station comes off of the main. There's a main that runs.
I don't know, down the highway,
Yeah, well, no, that one actually comes off of Sixth Street.
does it?
The car wash comes off the highway.
So there's a line that comes all the way from 6, goes down there and feeds the Shell station on what side of the
It
road?
actually goes all the way, I
On the
believe,
sidewalks, on that side of.
I believe it is on your side.
It's your side. I'm looking at the map.
How big is that?
Should be a 6-inch, 6 or 8 inch.
Well, I mean,
6. It says,
you're still not eliminating the problem with every tap, I mean, you
No, I'm just saying to where you don't have to go, because obviously you're gonna be.
the bore under.
The
the
less,
street.
yeah, if you just go off of that, then you go under the road.
Yeah,
Because that makes me feel better, if it all develops in Pullman, then it's down below still with stuff too, because that was a bigger concern too.
got it.
But yeah, that's huge on my end.
It looks like it's on the west side of 6th.
Okay, yeah, I think that's huge on all ends. I mean,
Okay, well, we will table it. I will follow up with Paul and John.
well, James,
Or James, sorry.
James can coordinate that.
Yeah, I'll find out prices on
yeah. I
a
mean,
2-inch line will cost to get tapped.
Okay,
well, I say, if there's a 6-inch line going down there and the 6 inch is more than enough to feed that, to me, you would just, if it's right there, even if it's a tap in 2 feet, 3 curb stops, whatever, then, but I mean.
Yeah.
Figure out together, which I feel good about.
Okay.
To work on it with you guys and stuff, so.
sounds good.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much.
No, thank you guys. It works out good.
James, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Item C, police. A Washington County Sheriff's Report. Is Mike on?
Yeah, we did meet with the sheriff in our quarterly meeting here last week. Not too major concerns. They're talking about the fair coming up. They'll probably bug John to get some barricades ready and kind of go over the parade route as usual. That's pretty standard. This is your typical kind of monitoring the golf cart action around town, just making sure everybody's following the laws and enforcing the age restrictions of the driver. It's monitoring the trailers on the streets. They're doing a good job there. It's been pretty quiet on that end. Other than that, it's kind of routine stuff. Pretty quiet meeting.
That was a committee report. Anything else for the police? All right. Item D, Parks, committee report, Travis and Jeremy.
Just going forward,
Thanks, John.
getting guys on the budget stuff and plans for priorities for next year, but that's what I'm doing for now. And then we will be discussing frisbee golf, right? But I didn't see it on the agenda.
Ready, yeah.
It's ready.
Put it on next one.
Okay.
Budget planning,
Perfect.
right one.
There you
Sounds
go.
good.
All right. Item B, monthly library report. There was no meeting this month. And I didn't see, was there any sort of report in there? There was no physical
No,
report,
they
right?
didn't have a meeting, nothing, so.
Okay. Last time we talked a little bit about that conduit down there. You didn't by chance get down there and take a look, did you?
No.
Okay, no problem. They just asked me the other day about it again.
They get their outlets squared away for the computers.
That was the conduit. Yeah, there's,
Another one.
it's one brick wall that it's gonna take.
What was wrong with the conduit?
No, last meeting, there was a little computer they got from North Bend.
We did that.
Oh, you
Did it
did?
get done?
We've already wired it.
Oh,
Sweet.
even better.
Yep, we did that. Weeks ago.
Cool. Even better. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's all together.
Item C, discussion and possible approval of parade permit application from the Arlington Booster Club.
The same route, same everything from last year.
I did see they have the liability insurance.
Yes, so they're
Fantastic.
They went pretty smooth last year and turned out good, so.
Perfect. Well, if there's no concerns, we could motion.
You have a concern?
No, I don't have a
All
concern.
right. Yeah, I'll make a motion to,
Looks good.
yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the parade permit application from the Arlington Booster Club. For their homecoming parade.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the parade permit application from the Arlington Booster Club. Let's have a vote.
Scott Porty,
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Item E, cemetery committee reports, Scott and Jeremy.
Much higher unless, Johnny, if you have anything, trees survived the storms and everything out there.
Everything survived. We didn't have any branches down last week and I haven't been out there since it hailed, but so I think everything looked good.
Yeah,
Grass came in good. We pulled the water off of it. We'll kind of pay attention to that. And if it needs it again, we'll put it back on.
all right. Looking good.
Sounds great. Item F, administrative Washington County Building Permit Report.
All right.
Nothing stands out, all right. Okay, unless there's any questions or comments, I'll move on. Moving on. Item B, clerk report, Kate.
Yes. You know, so,
Is that good or bad?
It's fine. Swimming pool, last day is August 13th. We've been working on a comprehensive plan. That's been something. And the historical markers, I contacted the Historical Association,
Yes.
and she was gonna put together some pictures and like stories or something for the sites we approved. But she wanted myself and some other people to find some other pictures too, so that's been on my list of things to do. Otherwise, yeah, we have one more veteran banner filled that needs to be filled.
Okay.
So, you know, anybody.
Okay, all looks good to me. All good?
I'll make a motion. We have to do that?
Nope,
This, then we're good.
Just making sure there's no questions or comments.
Nope.
All right. John, I didn't see a streets report. Did you have anything?
I didn't.
Okay, got it. Item C, discussion and possible approval of quote from display sales for 6 banners in the amount of $771.
So is this an addition to?
No, so we paid, just for what did we order, 15? Last time? I think so. So we paid for those and then we had 7 more to fill, so we filled 6. And so we thought we'd get going on that and order those, because who knows when the one will show up, but that 771, we end up paying like $50 out of pocket because people pay for their banner, so it covers most of the cost.
We have to pay for them to get them, but they're paying us back for it.
Yes,
Yeah, got it.
just.
And how many were there the first time?
We ordered 15 and now we've got 6 more and then we just need one.
Got it.
We need one more
Yes, someone needs to order,
in order to fill them out.
fill all of them, yes.
Gotcha.
And
And then we can order that one on this one. Or is that separate or is that?
it'll be separate.
Will that be higher or is the same price no matter how?
Same price, so the one, when we order the one, it'll just be 124 and I can just go ahead and approve that.
Gotcha.
Because it'll be under 500, it's just because it's over 500 for the payables.
I'll make a motion to approve a quote from display sales for 6 banners in the amount of $771.
Second motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the quote from display sales in the amount of $771. Let's have a vote.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Item D, discussion and possible approval of resolution 7172023A, alarm renewal. I believe historically we have taken the longest term for the biggest discount.
Yeah, that's how it was last year.
That'd be through September 30th, 26th.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we always got this once a year, right?
Right.
What are we talking?
We renew it every year, but we always go out that far to get the discount.
Pretty cut and dry as far as the numbers, nothing's changed, it's just yeah, there's your way to-
I make so I'll. Right here, this one, that one at the bottom.
Move to introduce.
So I move to introduce resolution and move for its passage. And the resolution is resolution number 7172023A. Where the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the Village of Arlington is a member of the League of Association of Risk Management, that whereas section 8.10 of the interlocal agreement and the establishment and operations of the League Association of Risk Management provides that a member may voluntarily terminate its participation in alarm by written notice of termination given to alarm and the Nebraska Directors of Insurance at least 90 days prior to the desired termination given. 2, and that members may agree to extend the required termination notice beyond 90 days in order to realize reduced excess coverage costs, stabilize of contribution rates and efficiency in the operations of alarm. And whereas the Board of Directors of Alarm has adopted a plan to provide contribution credits in consideration of the certain agreement or arrangements by the members of Alarm as provided in the attached letter. Be it resolved that the governing body of the Village of Arlington, Nebraska, in consideration of the contribution credits provided under the alarm board's plan, agrees to the first one, which is to provide written notice of termination at least 180 days prior to the desired termination date, which date shall be no sooner than September 30th, 2026. 180 days and 3 years commitment with 5% discount.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 7172-023A. Let's have a vote.
Scott McCorney,
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen,
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Resolution number 7172-023A has been approved this 17th day of July, 2023. Item E, discussion of date for budget planning meeting.
The only thing I have is that Paul is gone August 9th through the 14th.
Yeah.
So, we would. And the soonest we could have one is July 31st because of the 10-day notice in the paper.
Okay.
So anywhere July 31st to August 8th or August 15th to like the 17th would be ideal. If you guys have any time in there.
I leave on the 21st until the end of the month, so preferably that week would be great if it works for you guys.
We
What is that?
The first week or the second week of August.
14 through the 18th. Was
Is that
before you leave?
Yep, the week before I leave, and you said Paul's gone.
The 9th through the 14th.
I'm going the 24th through the 20th.
We're both gone at the same time there.
So
Well, the 15th is a Tuesday.
Yes.
16th was a Wednesday. You guys have preference?
I like Wednesdays.
Yeah, right in the middle. I prefer Wednesday as well. Then I think the 16th of August.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if that works for Jason and Paul.
Yes, and then I also reached out to Allison today
Yeah.
and she said she'd try to find out from Rick if he had any time, but I don't know that she saw him today. I didn't hear back. So I'll tentatively the 16th.
15th, 16th, or 16th, 17th, whatever. Yeah.
Sometime in
16th.
those 3 days. How about you? The 21st.
Whatever, whatever. Don't matter.
What are you thinking?
That's fine. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
30. 6.
6.
yeah,
6.
Literally better.
Yeah.
earlier it's fine.
Okay, so we will see if it works for Jason and
Yeah.
Paul, or Jason and Paul to meet on the 16th at 6. Any other questions, comments? Item 8, adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second for adjournment. Before we take a vote.
Jeremy Hansen, Scott McCarney,
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.